Hello everybody and welcome to a new game for the channel. This is Atomicrops. Now, immediately you're going to notice that I've already got some stuff up here. Those are cornucopias, those are your... I don't know exactly what you call them. But okay, so I've played this game in my spare time for a couple of hours. I'm not the greatest at it, but I have gotten up to year 5. Okay, let me get back to the beginning. Go back to the beginning. So Atomicrops is a roguelike farming bullet hell-ish game. Now, I've played this on PS4 and PC now. I first played it on the PS4 because I didn't have a computer that could run it at the time, and I hadn't bought it until like a few weeks ago. In any case, so I have bought quite a few upgrades, because, like I said, I've been playing this in my spare time. I did not want to wipe... I don't know how to wipe game data through Steam. So I just decided, you know what, let's get into this. I'll go from year 1. To give you an idea, Rye, you need to beat Spring, and then you unlock him. Robusta, you need to beat year 3, I think. This character, I know how to unlock them, and this character, I know how to unlock them. 𝐚𝐢𝐧'𝐭, you unlock them when you buy the Reap What You Sow DLC pack. Okay. Lavender is your starting character. She starts with 2 bees, and all crops grow 20% faster. Rye, with Rye, purchased guns always gain a bonus mod and starts with a turret. Robusta starts with a drone and everything is faster. So I'm going to start with Lavender on year 1. If I beat year 1 with Lavender, I'll move on to year 2, year 3, year 4, year 5, so on and so forth. Now, to give you an idea of how this game works, so the bees, let's just do tab. Pollination, all crops grow faster. Bees, you can see here on the right hand side of the screen, just above my mini-map, or above my map, I have 2 bees. What bees do is they boost your crops in order to help them grow a bit faster. You'll see them go into action here in a second. Yay, there they go. Now, later on you can get upgrades that also make it so that bees can water crops. Bees do a whole lot of different stuff if you get the right upgrades. Now, this is why I said this is a shooter as well, because you have to go out during the day and clear these camps, like this one and this one. You also have enemies that are in the environment that you are in. I'll show the different ones in this video, actually. I will go through at least the first stage of them. So each area, there's 4 areas, and each area has 2 areas, so to speak. So if you see this mountain range on my right hand side here, that's what separates the first area that I'm currently in and the second area. Now, you may be wondering how you get to the second area. You get to the second area through this area, but you need to find and repair... Stupid wasps. You have to find and repair a bridge. Now, let me see if I can't find the bridge. So these ones, what they do is they just teleport you back to your base, or your farm, actually, or rather your farm. But you go through them on this side, and then you can go back through it one more time to get back to that exact hole. So it's basically a two-way once use. So here's the bridge. It costs 200 cashews. Now, up in the top left, just below my health, you can actually see how many cashews I have. And cashews are your in-run currency. Your out-of-run currency are the cornucopias, which you could see in the top left while I was in the hub area. So, okay. And the camp that I just cleared out gave me an upgrade choice. A choice between upgrades. So, Blood Bouquet, weeds turn into flowers when you take damage, or herbicidal blood, killing enemies cuts nearby weeds. I'm gonna go herbicidal blood. And then I'm gonna book it back to my farm, which is right here, luckily. Now you can also get a lot of different animals. You can get cows, chickens, pigs, and then of course your weeds. You can also get turrets and scarecrows. What the turrets do is they automatically shoot at enemies that get within range of them. And what the scarecrows do is they push enemies and damage them while simultaneously also blocking bullets, and yeah, that's pretty much all they do. Other than that, they just sit there. Now, again, with different upgrades that you can get, they can do different things. So for example, one of the upgrades for the scarecrows is a vacuum-esque upgrade, which makes it so that they absorb nearby fertilizer, which is this pink stuff that's dropping from the enemies. They absorb and double the fertilizer. Now the other thing that the cashews are used for, you're about to see. Also, the fertilizer is down in the bottom left. The first symbol on the bottom left is how much water I have, because you have to water your crops, obviously. You have pickaxes, which you can use to expand the area of your farm, and then you have your fertilizer. Now, this is the town. You come here every morning after you've fought throughout the night during dawn. You come here and then you can spend your cashews on various things. This character is not unlocked from the beginning. You have to find and free him from one of the encampments. This character is unlocked from the beginning. This one is unlocked from the beginning. This one is unlocked from the beginning. And then over here you have your marriage candidates. Now, you plant roses and harvest them, and then you can flirt with them. Now, as you flirt with them, they give you upgrades. It can be either something like the Weed Whacker, which cut weeds faster, Pig Wings, pigs move faster, or it can be a stat upgrade for your fighting or farming stats. Now, your farming stat improves your farming abilities, tractor cooldown, and pigeon capacity, and your fighting increases your damage and movement speed. Now, what's recommended you do is buy a gun on the first day if you can. Now, as you can see in the top right corner, right below the little sun area, you see the little calendar. That's how many days are in each season. Now, I'll just wait for this to go away. I'll further explain it. Now, on the third day of each season, there is a boss fight. You still have to fight all of the waves of enemies that spawn, but you have a boss on top of that. And then below that you have the 4 different lines. So the very top one is desert, then it's plains, jungle, and tundra. Now you can see I have progress on the plains bar. What that is as you harvest crops that you find in the different areas. So for example, the seeds that I found in the plains area for the cabbage seeds. As you plant, grow, and harvest them, you gain progress on that bar. The more you plant, the more you harvest, the more you fertilize, if you have fully fertilized plants, those are the best for getting progress on that bar. So if you plant four crops right next to each other like I'm doing, and they merge, and then you keep fertilizing them until they start glowing green constantly, like a pulsing green glow that they get. If you do that, that means they are fully fertilized and you cannot add more fertilizer to them. Now that is a fully fertilized crop. That is the best crops. Those are the best crops that you can harvest. If you don't have enough fertilizer to fully fertilize, don't worry, you can still harvest them, still get some money out of them, and hopefully you can afford a gun after your first day. Now the reason why is because the starting weapon is not the best. I mean, it never is in these games. The starting weapon is never the best one in the game. But I will explain another system that involves the weapons once I get to it. So here you can see a crow, a scarecrow, and a pig. Now the scarecrow, and the golden pupa. Perfect. I'm gonna actually grab that real quick. So the golden pupa, what it does once you grab it is it flies off in a direction, and then I'll show you in a second. So the pig expands your farm, and the scarecrow blocks bullets and pushes away nearby enemies. I'm gonna go for a pig. It's early game, so I want a pig so that my farm can expand. Unfortunately, it is random which tiles it expands to, but it is still useful to expand your farm. So this is what the golden pupa spawns. It spawns a mini boss that you have to fight, and then if you manage to kill them, like so, you get an upgrade, like duck wings, which allows you to just fly over obstacles. So I can, for example, just gonna clear that because it's one enemy. So I can now just fly over this. You can't fly over the mountain range, unfortunately. I've tried. That's how I know. But yeah, if you fully fertilize them, they'll start pulsing orange like you can see there. Not orange, green. Yeah, so that one is fully fertilized. I cannot fertilize it any further, which means it is ready to be harvested. So now, I'm gonna just do this. I'm on my cabbage seeds. Cool. Plant that there. And I'm gonna start fertilizing. Yeah, you really have to balance between fighting and farming at night, which, if you're starting out, is very, very tricky. Also, another thing I forgot to mention, the tree mini boss, unless you're playing as a regular crow, drops a sapling, which, as you can see, can be planted in your farm, and that is just a continuous source of income once it's fully grown. And the reason I am fertilizing it is because if you fertilize crops, they are worth more as is. So, for example, an unfertilized cabbage, I don't actually know how much it sells for because I usually fertilize them. But yeah, if you've got fertilizer, use it as much as possible. With trees, you can also merge them. If you have 4 trees, you can merge them. Okay, so here's one of the other systems I wanted to explain. So, scythe. I'm just going to highlight the scythe because it's easy. So, cut down your enemies. 1 mod. Gain a heartbeat and 2 fighting stat. I'm actually going to grab that over the Gatling gun. So, horse is the mod that I get. So the horse just allows me to move faster. So the mods are random on each weapon. You can get more than 1 mod on each weapon, as you saw with the Gatling gun. You can get up to 4 or 5 mods, I believe. Check. Okay, so I've fully cleared the plains area, the first one. Oh no, I took the scythe on the boss fight. That was an idiotic move of mine. Anyway, so up this way is the tundra. Now, because I've got the wings, I don't have to repair the bridge for the tundra. And each area has different enemies. I'm gonna go daylight saving so that days last longer, at least for this round. So as you can see, this area, you have these trees. They look slightly different than the ones in... They function and look different than the ones in the other biome. Over there you can see another enemy that's unique to the tundra, Snowman. He's annoying. So these bookworms, what they do is they give you an upgrade. So tundra propagator, tundra seeds in a line gain 20 seeds and 2 pickaxes, or a cactus saw gain the ability to place a desert garden beds. Gain a desert garden bed. Garden beds automatically sow seeds from your inventory. I'm gonna go for the cactus saw because I really like the garden beds. They take away the need to really think about where you're planting your crops, and I will show that in a moment. So I'm actually gonna clean these weeds off, and then I will place my garden bed here, and as you can see, it immediately placed the 3 seeds that I had for the desert in there. And there we go, there's another bookworm upgrade. So that's what happens when you fully fill up the bar. You upgrade, not just, you don't just get a bookworm. Hey, a flat saw, perfect. Which gives me the ability to place flats beds. Perfect. So, what was I saying? So that's what so when you fill up one of these bars, you get a free bookworm upgrade, which is super nice. I like that system quite a bit. So let's go into and see, already you can see a different enemy type for the desert. Also, this is a tractor, the wood chipper tractor to be exact. What the wood chipper tractor does is, if I had a charge for it, I would show it off. But what it does, it sucks in enemies and then turns them into fertilizer. It sounds brutal, it is, but yeah, that's what the tractor does. Also, this is the boss fight thing. Whenever you are out, there's that little wormhole that comes in, sucks you in, and then you have to fight the boss. Now the boss that I've got this time is Monstropod. He's just a rabbit, like the ones we've been fighting, riding a giant snail. And damage them enough, they start running away and plop down 2 of those slugs. And those slugs go after your crops, so you want to get rid of them. They can actually destroy your crops as well. There you go. And there's the boss dead. That's actually part of the reason why I took the scythe. The scythe is really good. It's a part of the reap what you... It's not reap what you sow, it's reap what you grow. I forgot about that actually. But yeah, if you have that DLC, you can get the scythe as well, which is quite nice. It's a very powerful weapon. Close range, granted, but if you're careful enough and quick enough, you don't really have to worry too much about getting hit by the enemies. As you can see from my health on the top left, I've not been very careful. Not exactly been very careful. But yeah, there are different tractors that you can get. You have the wood chipper tractor, you have the weed whacker tractor, which you deploy in a straight line and then it just cuts weeds, which drops fertilizer and seeds as the weeds do. You have the watering tractor, which you drop down on your farm and then it waters all your crops for a certain duration. And you also have the megaton tractor. the Megaton Tractor is one of the rewards you can potentially get from the tree monster. Unfortunately, you cannot. I'll actually... there was one more tractor. Can't see it right now. Okay, I'll explain this in a moment. First... So yeah, see, these have 3 mods. So plain seeds, an axe, banana sapling. Banana sapling is tempting. But okay, so on day 3, after you fight the boss and come back to town, you have to come and talk to the mayor. And then you get your season yield thing, which if you get harvest enough crops and get enough points, you get all of these rewards. So how it goes is upgrade, fighting stat, pickaxe, upgrade, heartbeat seed, which is how you heal, another fighting upgrade, another upgrade, and a cornucopia, fertilizer, another cornucopia, and then a rose seed if you get max yield a rose seed, and a third cornucopia. So there we go. So with my rose seed, I got, for one of my upgrades, I got a sling, which shoot a bullet when you pick up a seed or fertilizer. Heartbeat seed, a scarecrow, cool, a pickaxe, and a turret. Cool. So after you've spoke with the mayor, you get access to these. So this guy sells like scrolls which do different things. So for example, the rain cloud one. These have different tiers, by the way. The rain cloud boosts and water all of your crops. I can buy chickens from him, or I can buy pickaxes from him. I don't want to. You buy those with the same roses that you flirt with the marriage candidates. So here's the tractors I was talking about. You can actually buy them at the end of every season, unless you find one you really like and you keep it. So the carrot tractor is the one I forgot about. The carrot tractor, become invincible for 2 seconds, energizes all frames and turrets, holds 2 charges, summon a new tractor, carrot tractor, as another character tractor. Carrot tractor is dying for bonus invincibility time. So if you have both charges ready, you can actually deploy them. One, wait for it to die, and then you deploy another one and you get it basically 4 seconds of invincibility. Problem is, I'm not very good at that. Then you have the whacker tractor, cut all weeds in an area, cut weeds, drop seeds and fertilizer. And then, as I said, you have the wood chipper tractor, and you have the megaton tractor as well. So, who do I want to flirt with here? Anyone? I guess I can use another heartbeat. So I'll flirt with 𝐬𝐢𝐬𝐳. Sure. Get a heartbeat seed from her. And then I think I'm gonna buy the plain seeds and the pickaxe. I don't need to move a tree at the moment, so I'm not gonna... But yeah, my tree is fully fertilized now as well, which is really, really nice. So now, oh wait, I almost forgot to place down my scarecrow and my turret. There we go. Also, as you can see, there are also enemies that spawn during the day on the farm. So if you plan on spending the day on the farm, you also have to keep an eye out for those enemies that just shoot stuff at you constantly. Rather annoying, but not super difficult to deal with. So, yeah, I want to clear out the desert next. Now, also with the tree monsters, you don't just encounter 1, you can encounter 8 in total, which is the amount of areas there are that you can fully clear. Ow. These guys are hard to hit with the... Eat my tractor. or have my tractor eat you, rather. So you can just drop the tractor down and it will suck in enemies and give you fertilizer. But now I am on 1 HP, so I am running back to base. And I'm gonna try and grow my heartbeats so I can heal. Also, if you get 4 heartbeats and you max fertilize them, you heal a lot more than if you just harvest one at a time that isn't fully fertilized. Also, in the bottom center of the screen, you can see a little bar filling up as I'm doing stuff. That is my energized bar. Now, once I get energized, I start to move quicker and I harvest everything quicker. I do stuff just faster. I do the same stuff I did before, but faster. That's pretty much what all the energized bar does, unless you get upgrades for it. Because there are upgrades that increases your movement speed and your damage and all of that while it is active. You also gain stuff that will allow you to get energized from different sources. So for example, right now I don't get energized if I kill enemies, but there is an upgrade that allows me to do just that. I'm just gonna harvest those because I do not want to die immediately. Then I'm gonna plant the roses. Where are those guys? But yeah, once you've filled the bars for the different areas, you gain the bookworm upgrade, and the seed also gets upgraded to the next tier. Now what that means is that they are worth more. The seeds are the crops you harvest are worth more out of the seeds. So for example, the cabbage seeds are worth less than the corn seeds, because you can see that it's changed to corn seeds. It's no longer cabbages. So if you do get that, don't like freak out that you lost seeds. You actually they literally just transfer a 1-to-1. They transfer as a 1-to-1. So all of the cabbage seeds that you have turn into corn seeds, for example. And I just leveled up the desert one? Yeah, desert one. And here's the machete saw, which gives me the ability to do jungle gardens. Or tundra I'm not gonna bother. Okay, all seeds found in the desert will now be black-eyed bean seeds. Evolving crops helps our ecosystem. Please choose a reward. I'm gonna go machete saw. And then I'm gonna start working on expanding this downwards. So I basically want these 2 spots open so that I can plant my so I can put the jungle bed there. So if I can afford 2 pickaxes, I am going to take them. I'm gonna buy them. Let's see. Cow hit. No, I have 2 bees, a chicken, and a pig. No cows. Oh yeah, I can get 2. Nice. 2 pickaxes. Very nice indeed. Can't afford either of those. So I think I'm gonna go for a farming-focused day next. I know that previous one was kind of yeah, so you know what, I'm not gonna actually, on second thoughts, I'm just gonna go for a regular. I'm gonna go for the desert so that I can show off all of that. But yeah, you can also use the tractors on the bosses. So the final boss of the season, you can actually drop a tractor on them. And there is an achievement linked to that, by the way, with the Megaton tractor. If you drop the Megaton tractor on a boss and it kills it, you get an achievement for doing just that. Hey, golden pupa. Awesome. Which way are you going, pupa? This way? Okay. Let's go get this pupa. 2 shots. Nasal spray. Pigs can find truffles when tilling. Ooh, that's handy. And I got a date tree seed for killing the tree guardian here. Cool. Okay. And then that there. All of that. Polygamy or avian placenta. Eggs give fertilizer, or your love knows no bounds. I'm gonna go avian placenta there for fertilizer. Hey, I was just in range for that. Awesome. Oh, hey, a cow. Awesome. Yes, please. I don't need more scarecrow. And that should actually be it for... yeah. That's it for the desert. Awesome. So then... I might just go for the jungle next then. Like right now. Yeah, let's go for the jungle. So this is the jungle, where you again have different enemies. So this cat enemy is really annoying because what they do, they disappear and then slash at you at different angles. Now, part of the thing is increased chance of seed dropping when harvesting, or pig still moist soil grow very fast while soil remains moist. I'm gonna go with fertilizer pro. Okay, and then I need to head back because it is night time. But yeah, those cats are annoying if you are not careful around them. They can really mess you up easily. So I recommend focus firing on them first. All the other enemies, if you play this game for yourself, which I would recommend getting in because it is a very fun game, unless you don't like this specific genre of game, in which case I don't see why you're watching the videos. That's not something you should say. If you're but in any case, but yeah, the main thing with this game is learning what works for you. So for example, I know what strategy works for me when it comes to exploring the different biomes and stuff like that. For me, it would be different for me than it would be for someone else. So for example, I prefer going to the plains first because I find them easiest to do with the pea shooter starter gun, and then I like to go to the desert, followed by the jungle, followed by the tundra. I just find that to be an easier route to take than, say, going desert, then plains, then yada yada yada. So yeah, it is really a case of find what works for you. Don't just try and copy what someone else is doing, because then you're not going to have fun and you're going to be like, oh, but this doesn't work for me. Why doesn't it work for me, but it works for them? How many bees do I have? 2. I can get more bees, which will make trophallaxis a lot better, which is bees water crops, which is really good. Really good indeed. Okay, I don't have enough for a new gun, and I also don't want a new gun. I can get another heartbeat seed. Might not be a bad idea. Or I can get Earthquake, which is a tier 2 expansion scroll. I'm gonna go heartbeat. being able to heal is a lot more important than expanding now. Because I've got 3 garden beds plus 2 trees already, the expansion is not nearly as important as it was before. So let's go down again. Let's go to the left. Oh, hey, another cow. Awesome. Yeah, sorting out your watering when you're not on the farm is very, very important early game, which is why it's always a good idea if you see a cow, you grab a cow from the rewards, so that you can get, so you don't have to worry about watering, which means your crops are more likely to be fully grown by the time you get back from your exploration. So right now, I need to focus on getting as much done in this biome. Okay, yeah, that's what the cat does. It slashes at you and then reappears. Now, when I mentioned I've gotten up to year 5, the higher up you go in the years, the more difficult everything becomes, because enemies will start moving faster or they'll get new moves. Soil pH meter. Flowers grow on soil instead of weeds. That's really good, actually. And disco ball. Energize all your friends when you become enthused. I'm not really focused on energizing myself, so I am going for the pH soil meter. You also get different enemies in later years. Hey, there's the bold pupa. What's lowest? My farming stat, but I need 30 fertilizer in order to do that. So this one, what you do here is you either offer 30 fertilizer or 1 heart, and then it increases either your farming or your fighting stat, depending on which one you sacrifice. So I need more fertilizer if I want to sacrifice for farming stat, because my farming stat is currently my weakest one. But why? Because I haven't been focusing on... So where's the pupa? Ah, pupa's this way. I completely forgot about the pupa. But yeah, the early areas, mysterious flower, it smells bad. Oh yeah, it's boss. Oh shit, forgot about that. Okay. Soul Crusher. Soul Crusher is annoying, because Soul Crusher has 2 phases, and you also have to still deal with all of the enemies on top of Soul Crusher. Ow! Also physical damage, like contact damage, is also a thing with it. It's not with all of the bosses, it's just with some of the bosses, which makes it more annoying than it really ought to be. Ow! Heartbeats do I have? I'm 1 short. Okay. But yeah, the flowers are... They aren't worth millions, but they're at least worth a decent chunk of money, if you have enough of them. Then I also want to plant this tree. So I'm actually gonna get rid of this one. Even though I know I have the soil pH meter thing, I want to get rid of that tree so that I can... I want to plant that tree there. That's all I'm gonna say. Because words are really hard right now and I don't know why. I should get full yield again. Also, the mysterious flower gives you a lot of fertilizer every day. Also, if I'm not mistaken, there is a hidden thing with it. I know there is a hidden thing with it. I just want to keep it a surprise for you guys, because I don't want to spoil everything. Oh, there was a weed there. And I'm back up to a decent amount of health. Thank goodness. Yeah, so 9 of the purple flowers, 180. It's not that bad, that good, but 8 of those, 40, 4 of those, 40. Once you have them all and you add them up, it starts making a lot of sense. So that's 110 already, plus the 180. That's almost 200 just from flowers. You can't tell me that's bad. Apple sapling. I'll take an apple sapling. It's also very, very quiet when you come back from a boss fight. Gourd blocks bullets or farming stat up. Farming stat up, because I really do need to get that up. So, Mr. Mayor, did I get full yield again? Max full! Yay! With a score of 1,666. Now I permanently have the horse upgrade. There's the horse, and I've got a horse from this side as well. Ooh, drones! I'm actually gonna grab a drone. It's not a waste, because it's good. Whacker tractor? Yeah. Okay. So, I got everything I want from here. Back to the farm.